So TLDR, for those that don't want to watch this whole video, I'm selling 1,000 of my own sealed Lego sets in order to fund the building of an actual studio. I'm going to purchase land, build a studio. Hopefully there'll already be a house on this said land, or I'll have to build the house too. But all of that funding is going to be going towards the future of this channel, the future studio, where I will continue to build even larger mocks than I already have. But if you want to keep watching and hear about the sets that I'm selling, hear about the future mocks that I plan on building, and why all of this is happening, keep watching. So some of you might remember that I actually made a pretty similar video to this about 4 years ago, explaining that I'm going to be selling off my Lego Star Wars sealed set collection in order to fund the acquisition of buying more bulk Lego elements to build larger mocks. And I did just that. 4 years later, mocks like Darrow, the Jedi Temple, and Geonosis wouldn't have been possible if I hadn't sold off those sets at the time.
So now comes, what is next? It's a question that I've been thinking about for the past year. I'm the type of person that likes having an end goal in mind or something to strive towards. Hence, how my mocks tend to go for months, if not years. I always like getting to the end goal. The current situation is that I moved into my current house about 2 years ago, and I'm already running out of space in the mock area and the review areas. On top of that, I want to build a mock larger than Geonosis. Much larger, in fact. I've already been buying parts over the last 6 months, planning out what this next series will be. Yes, I know, Geonosis is not finished. In fact, actually, the final parts needed just arrived yesterday. But I'm aiming to build, at minimum, a 64 gray baseplate mock. I'll let you speculate on what that could be in the comments below. Not only do I want to build bigger, but I also want the capability to build different creations at the same time in the same area. That just isn't possible today.
When you actually think about it, it's actually in the name of the channel, Solid Brix Studios. So I think it's time to build some real studios.
So over the past 12 years, I've been collecting sealed Lego sets for this exact moment. I knew a time would come when I would need to sell it off to buy either a house or, in this case, build a studio, or maybe even both. We'll see what happens. I've had this dream for years, imagining owning land where I could live and work with no boundaries. Selling off my collection is the first step towards that goal. While I've collected over 1,000 sealed sets, I legitimately don't know its entire worth. I lost track of it a few years ago.
Regardless, now I've decided that it's time to sell it. By this point, you've probably heard of Whatnot on my channel, and when I reached out to them about the idea of selling off this entire collection, they were so on board and were completely excited to help out with this transition, with helping fund this next studio. The current plan is to sell all of the sets by the summer of 2024, so in just a few months. It'll be 5 upcoming streams, and I'll remind you guys when each one happens. The first of which will be just in a few days on March 1st of 2024. Link down in the description to Whatnot.
Now, like always, I have giveaways during my Whatnot stream, but we're going to make things a little bit different. Not only am I giving away these Clone Trooper and Battle Droid battle packs, but I'm also giving away the infamous Utapau Troopers and Kashyyyk Trooper battle pack from 2014, so we're rewinding things up a bit here. Now, my stream is a part of a bigger event happening on Whatnot from February 29th to March 2nd called Whatnot Rewind. So if you want to rewind things, get some old classic Lego sets, definitely check out other Whatnot sellers. Of course, I'll be having plenty of old sets on my stream.
And if it's your first time joining Whatnot, you can get a $15 credit when you use my link down in the description. So you can use that $15 towards these sets behind me. And this is just the beginning. I've only unpacked one box. One box. It's actually a little bit bigger than this one, but one box has done this much damage, and there's some great sets on here. Like, for example, I only have like a UCS Slave 1. Ooh, here we go. Oh man, this was an underrated set. This thing is great. The ATAP from what, 2019? This thing's 5 years old now? Man, wow, time flies. Shoot, over here we got what, a BB-8 and a Porg, but I told you guys this set collection goes back to 2012. I've even got Jabba's Palace. I've got 2 of these brand new and sealed in perfect condition, might I add. These are rare sets, and this is just the beginning. So if you want to come along on this crazy journey over the next couple of months, This first stream, again, is happening March 1st at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can bookmark the stream with the link down in the description. Again, that gets you a $15 credit if it's your first time using Whatnot.
And of course, you don't want to miss out on that chance of winning those 2014 battle packs. No strings attached. All you need is a Whatnot account and to be present during the stream. Lastly, just a huge thanks to the Whatnot team for partnering up with me on this incredible journey. Once the collection has been completely sold off, I'll have a much better idea of what my options are in determining what I can afford to build and where the location of it should be. Currently, I live in the state of Virginia in the United States, just a few minutes away actually from the upcoming Lego factory they're planning on building here. However, I'm also considering moving to a different state, both in the New England area, the Pacific Northwest, even the Midwest. So if you live in those areas, let me know what the pros and cons are. To give you guys a rough timeline, I'm hoping to purchase land or a house with land by the end of this year or beginning of next, and end up spending 2025 building out the studio. If it all goes to plan, by early 2026, I'll be in the new place building the craziest stuff that you've ever seen. That sounds far, but that's honestly less than 2 years away from now. Obviously, when you're building anything, even with Lego, not everything goes according to plan. So I'll keep you guys updated as this process begins, if changes happen, or if I have to completely course correct. I'm pretty much ready for anything. Next, I'm sure some of you probably have a few questions on the top of your mind, so let's get into it. The first of which I have listed here is, why don't you just buy or rent a warehouse like Jordan from Brixie is doing? Well, I've considered that many times over the last couple of years, but ultimately it's more cost effective in the long term to put that money towards something that you own on your own property or land. Now, I'm the type of person who builds until like 3 in the morning, and so having just a house a few feet away instead of a 20-minute drive, for example, is a lot more convenient. Now, there's a bunch of other reasons why I've considered that this is the better option, but ultimately it comes down to cost efficiency and convenience. The next question is probably the more important one, which is, does this mean you're not going to build mocks after you finish Geonosis until your new studio's finished being built? The answer is no, not at all. Nothing is changing here on the channel. All of this will be happening in the background over the coming years. I'll still be building mocks, reviewing sets, and having fun while all of this goes on.
So lastly, I have another question for you guys. What do you think about showing a real building series, like building this structure? I mean, I want to do some of it myself. I do actually have some hammer and nail building skills. I don't know how to do plumbing or electrical, but I can do some things. I'm curious, would you guys want to see an actual building series on building the studio? It's not Lego, obviously, but it's going to be purposely built for the Lego hobby. And I think that would be kind of cool to share with you. Is it something that I should put here on the main channel once it starts, hopefully next year? Or is it something that should go on, say, my old vlog channel? Should I revitalize that from years past? Let me know down in the comments below. Before we go, I just want to say thank you to every single one of you guys. It is incredibly privileged of me to have this job. I wake up every day, I come down here, and I build Lego as my job. Not many people can say that, and I'm incredibly humbled. None of this would be possible without you guys. Whether you've been a fan for 10 years, a year, 6 months, 3 weeks, doesn't matter. I just want to say thank you. All I know is that this is the next step. I truly believe in that. I want to make my dreams happen. I want you guys to see that it's possible for your dreams to happen. This is the start of a new journey, and I can't wait for all of you guys to come along on it. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later.